This is a little bit about the planting mix. The plants from Hawaii came in a pot this big, and after about a week I transplanted them into these 1-gallon pots. So the mix I used was 1/3 sand. You see the sand right there, it's called concrete sand. Got a pretty big granules. There's finer sand which you don't want to use. You want to use a coarse sand, and this is pretty much the coarsest sand I could find. So 1/3 that. The other third was peat moss that I bought at Home Depot. Came in 3-liter bales, I think. This peat moss just feels so nice. Really nice stuff. Very acidic. Holds on to water. And then the third ingredient, a lot of people talk about perlite, but I like this pumice better because it doesn't float. And I bought pumice at a rock store, and this is the pumice I use for these plants here. Probably maybe 3/8 of an inch or 1/4 inch, something like that. And I bought it in big bags, so it was fairly cheap. Then for the ground, so that was the mix for these plants here, 1/3 of each of these. Then for the ground, basically used the same sand, peat moss, but I was able to find this pumice in bulk where I could actually dump it on my truck, and it's a little bit bigger pumice. Bigger than the red one. This is 3/8 and a little bit larger, and I liked it because it was so big. Aerate the roots better. So I'm sure I went overboard when I planted the plants in the ground, because most people probably just throw some moss in with their dirt, but I actually took the dirt out, removed it, and just did a third of each of these in the dirt. Moss, pumice, sand. So I actually had to buy truckloads of stuff for all the dirt that I had removed. But it's actually fairly cheap. Sand was cheap, pumice was cheap, peat moss wasn't that much. So we'll see if I went overboard or not too much. But anyways, I wanted to give the plants the best chance to live. So that's the mixture for these, and then the plants in the garden.